It's become part of the city's culture, identity, history. But this sport goes beyond the fortress. The Scarlet and Gray.
The UNLV men's hockey team has dominated.
Our boys in silver.
It's a great opportunity. It's a great challenge. It's the right time. It feels right.
The Monsters in the north.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Night Monsters. They begin playing this upcoming season.
And the next generation.
When we scored the overtime goal, it's like, really? That just happens?
The Vegas Junior Golden Knights girls made history by becoming the first female hockey team to represent the state.
They live at the rink. They love the game.
Vegas wanted hockey. Vegas got hockey.
Covering every local team on the ice. This is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside a special edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza, coming to you from the Tahoe Blue Event Center in Northern Nevada, home to the Vegas Golden Knights' newest ECHL team, the Tahoe Night Monsters. Now, before we show you how they kicked off their inaugural season, let's fire home a snapshot of what's to come in the next 30 minutes. As always, we've got your highlights from around the valley. I go one-on-one with Night Monsters head coach Alex Lowe. New dad Shea Theodore gets a new contract. We'll hear from the original Misfit, who is here to stay. Plus, I chat with Skating Rebels bench boss Anthony Vinieri Greener following their weekend sweep in Arizona.
This is amazing. We have hockey in Tahoe. We are super excited. We've been looking forward to this for months now.
Nobody cares for the Sharks anymore.
Let's go, Tahoe! Let's go!
You can bring your kids, you can bring your elderly people, everybody can enjoy hockey.
Turn on the line!
Shot taken! Score!
When that first goal was scored, the inaugural goal, place erupted. This is just a start.
It's amazing.
It's going to give me a reason to come up to Tahoe more.
So everybody's getting the chance going.
Having a big hockey team close to home is going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun.
I love it, especially with the affiliation with VGK. I hope we can bring more guys to Vegas, starting here in the ECHL.
Let's go, Tahoe! Let's go!
Let's go, Night Monsters!
Let's go, Tahoe!
Night Monsters!
So as you just saw and heard, a massive win on opening night for Tahoe in terms of the energy, the excitement for a new team in a new market. However, on the ice, the comeback just fell short as the Jacksonville Icemen spoiled the party for the Night Monsters, beating them in overtime 4-3. Well, let's show you how this one shook out. Jesper Vikman, the only player on the opening night roster to be under contract with the Golden Knights, he got the start. But we start on the other end, where the name Artur Cholash will forever be remembered as the man to score the first goal in Tahoe team history. Vegas' 2021 sixth-round pick tickles the twine, breaks the ice. However, the Roadies would score the next three and led 3-1 after two, but in the third, Brennan Kapcheck makes it a one-goal game, and then with under 3 to play, Simon Pinard, the former Silver Knight, sends the fans into a frenzy. We go to overtime, where chances were aplenty, but Vikman, Vegas' 2020 fifth-round pick, can't corral the puck. He knocks it into his own net. That is your winner as Tahoe fall 4-3. I'm here with Night Monsters head coach Alex Lowe. Before we get to the game, Coach, talk about the atmosphere, the energy, the excitement. It was tangible, was it not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can't thank the fans enough for the support. I mean, it was a great opening night, and hopefully it's just a harbinger of things to come here. But they were loud right from the puck drop right till the very end there. So it's all you can ask for as a home team to have that kind of support. So it was just great to see that here tonight.
And when we look at the game, the takeaway should be is the resilience of the group. Down 3-1 in third, score 2 goals to force overtime. You get the point, you don't get 2. But what did you make out of your group, especially in that final period?
Just that, the resilience. That's something we've talked about a fair bit amount here. It's going to be up and down all season. If you can just stick with the program and stay with it, we'll find a way to get points. And so that was a great way to start it off here tonight. Yeah, it's frustrating to not get the last one there, but to come back in the third, find 2 goals to tie that thing up was great.
And when you talk about this group and what did you learn, I guess, what can you learn one game in?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it was the way the guys just stuck with it. The resilience is what you're looking for as a coach. I mean, you never want to see a team that kind of packs it in if they get down, and there's certainly none of that here tonight. So it's a great building block. There'll be some things to fix here just watching the video after the game, but for me, I'm very happy with the group and what they showed here tonight.
I know you're all about, obviously, what you see on the ice, but do you allow yourself even in a game to say, man, this is a pretty cool atmosphere? Did you have any moment where you got to enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, before periods, I think, is when you start to take a look around a little bit. I think once the game gets rolling, you're focused on what the task at hand, but to start each period to look around and see how full it was and all the energy in the building was just awesome.
And you told me a few weeks ago about how Knights making their way up the ladder, finding their NHL dream. Winning's a skill, and it's a learned skill. Is this just another learning tool in the process?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can never give up at any level. So the guys that are here, we're fortunate enough to have Vegas people in the building here tonight, and they saw the same thing, speaking with them after the game, that they loved what the young guys showed, and I think it's a great start. You know, it's just a matter of continuing to build it as the year goes along.
I know it's still fresh, but is there one memory you're going to take away from tonight, whether it was pregame, driving up to the arena, or what have you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it's the game-tying goal there by Simon. It was an unbelievable moment for him to find that goal late in the game, and it just showed how passionate the fans were to hear the roof pop off like that. So for me, that's probably the moment that sticks out the most.
Night Monsters head coach Alex Lowe. Despite all the ice, we are just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, much more from Tahoe. Plus, we take a deep dive into the week that was for the guys in gold, as well as the Silver Knights.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. Vince Sapienza coming to you from Tahoe, where earlier this month we introduced the news. Fox 5, the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network, are the official broadcast partner for the Tahoe Night Monsters, the ECHL affiliate to the Vegas Golden Knights. So that means not only will you see the games right here, but you also get exclusive content you won't find anywhere else, like this one-on-one interview with defenseman Brennan Kapcheck. I am now here with Night Monsters defenseman Brennan Kapcheck. And Brennan, let's just start with the atmosphere, the energy, the excitement. What was your takeaway from the crowd?
The crowd was unbelievable tonight. All the fans out there, we thank you. You brought the energy for us. I know we could have been better, but it was the first game, and we came out hard in the third and battled back as hard as we could, and we couldn't have done it without the fans and the energy you guys brought to the building.
Now, I know it was not the result you guys were looking for. You came up just shy of getting that second point. What did you learn from the team in Game 1?
The resilience we have as a team, and that we could be more connected as a team throughout the whole game. But the resilience was what I took away from tonight. How do you use this as a stepping stone? I know it's not, you know, the end-all be-all being that Game 1, but how do you use this moving forward now, showing, okay, we can play, we can compete, let's get together now? Well, as you saw in the third period, we can play 5-on-5 power play, doesn't matter. We can be the better team, and I think that we just got to remember what we did in the third and kind of start playing off of that and continue to grow each night. I know it's probably tough when you're in the game and you're competing, but did you have a moment where you got to look around and kind of drink it in, enjoy it for a little? What was that moment, and what was it like? So I actually took a look around when the ice was wet at the beginning of the game, so we had a couple of minutes where we were just floating around. And I just took a look around the building and saw how many fans were there cheering, and, you know, the game hadn't even started yet and the energy was already there. You know, we can't ask for more from the fans. So they were unbelievable tonight. And for you, a bit of a homecoming. You've kind of been away from the good old US of A for a little bit. You're back. Yeah. What was it like coming back to the States? It was awesome. You know, this is a beautiful place and a great place to be with a great community, and, you know, you saw the support tonight. So it was really just, you know, I was excited to be out there and, you know, be a part of this team. Brennan Kapcheck, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Night Monsters defenseman. From one Knights defenseman to another, much to the delight of all the medieval maniacs, Shea is here to stay. The Golden Knights locked up Shea Theodore for the next 7 years. The original misfit agreed to a deal that will pay him an average value of $7.425 million per season. The new contract will run through the 2031-32 year. Theodore is the franchise's all-time leader in points for a defenseman.
I'm excited to be here for another 7 years, and really solidify this place as home, and excited to see everyone back at the Fortress. So we'll see you guys around.
Theodore's new contract is just the latest life achievement for the 29-year-old. In September, Shane and his wife welcomed their first child, Wesley Reed Theodore, to the world, and he made his first appearance at the Fortress prior to Vegas's game with San Jose over the weekend. I caught up with Shane to ask what life has been like as a new dad.
It was an exciting time, obviously one we were looking forward to for a while, and my wife, she was a champ, through it all. Really toughed it out, and it's just exciting to be home with them now. Sleeping good. Obviously she's been getting up, kind of feeding and doing all that, but she's been the MVP so far.
Let's go to the Fortress for the end of the NHL's Frozen Frenzy and the start of Vegas's 4-game homestand, where Tomas Hertl came out of his shell and proved to be an absolute terror to LA. He opens the scoring on the power play right here, 1 of 2 goals and 4 points in this one. The VGK scored 2 more in an 81-second span, with Hertl earning an assist on each one. Pavel Dorofeyev, with his 3rd of the year, going to the paint. He tries to celebrate, but instead draws the ire of LA. 3-0 Vegas after 1. Final frame, it's Alexander the Great. Holtz 1 times home, his first as a Golden Knight, and Vegas snapped their 3-game skid, crushing the Kings 6-1.
3 points in the first, it's feeling really good, but I'm more happy not about the points, but the great win and great performance our team. I think the game changer was the special teams. 2 great power play goals, amazing PK. We got 4 minutes. And we've been talking a lot about the special teams. The special teams can win the game, but we did a really good job, and I think Samuel was unbelievable in the net. He made a lot of big saves, especially in the PK.
Go to a Nevada Day matinee where the Knights showcased their resiliency, down 4-3 to the Senators in the 3rd. Tomas Hertl continued to stay hot, putting home his 4th of the season here on the power play, ties the game at 4. And then 60 seconds later, Keegan Colasar gripping and ripping an absolute rocket to give Vegas the lead. Vegas add the empty netter, stunning Ottawa 6-4.
I think when we start bringing our best, we're a pretty good team. That should be a lesson to all of us that, if we can turn it on right from the start, it could be, a lot of an easier game for us.
You're going to win games through the course of 82 games where you're not at your best, and we weren't. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and we were awful at times, but at the end of the day, you got to get to your game sooner or later. It's a little bit what Tampa did to us up there too, right? So at the end of the day, good for the guys to stick with it.
Saturday night, another big one for Hertl, facing the team in teal for the first time in his career. Meanwhile, William Karlsson making his season debut and wasting little time to hit the score sheet. On his first shift, he feeds Tanner Pearson in the slot, and just like that, it's 1-0 Vegas. Karlsson would light the lamp himself here, beats Vitek Vanacek to the puck, puts it in the empty net. The Golden Knights score 7, helping the Sharks make some history of their own, becoming the first team to go winless in their first 9 games in back-to-back seasons. After the game, I asked Wild Bill what it felt like to be back.
Good. It's never fun to sit on the side. It's never fun to have an injury either. So to be back is just, I guess, happiness. Yeah. So super happy to be back. I got there before their goalie. Just waited. I wanted to hit Pierce, but I didn't feel like it, and then I shot it, and luckily went in.
And over in Ontario, the Silver Knights snapped a 4-game skid with a dominant 5-1 victory over the Reign. 5 different players finished with multi-point outings, including Vegas' own Gage Quinney, scoring a pair of goals both on the power play. He now leads the team in scoring with 7 points in 7 games.
Honestly, just that shot mentality. If we get a look, we have to shoot it, and not pass as much around the perimeter and bring it to the net. I think we needed a road game. I think on the road you play a little bit more simple, so we knew we just had to honestly play a more simple game, and I think that's what we did.
And earlier this week, the Silver Knights announced the signing of Kalen Addison, a former second-round selection. He's put up 58 points in 77 AHL career games prior to arriving in Henderson. The 24-year-old has put up 50 points in 152 NHL games. Prior to his pro career, Addison played in the Western Hockey League in Lethbridge, where he was coached by current Silver Knights assistant, Coach Brent Kissio. Still ahead on Hockey in the Desert Weekly, it's time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray. We'll hear from Skating Rebels head coach Anthony Vinieri-Greener following the team's trip to Arizona. Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. Vince Sapienza here. We may be in northern Nevada, but the Skating Rebels were in Tucson, Arizona, continuing their early season success. And joining me now via Zoom is the Scarlet and Gray head coach Anthony Vinieri. Greener, coach, tell me what it's like this first month of the season and all the success that the Skating Rebels have been able to apply early on.
Yeah, this past weekend, it didn't get off to the best start. But, we talked about it pregame. That was one of the things we wanted to hit home. We wanted to make sure we win the first 5. We came out a little sluggish. We kind of don't know what it is as a staff. We've tried some different things, but it was good to see them rebound. And, like I said, the first 5 wasn't their best, but they were able to figure it out. Around minute 7, we had the gray line go out there and get us some energy. And then after that, they started to click. And they played some really good hockey. That ended the first, and that second period was really good. We stuck to our systems. We got to our forecheck. We were getting pucks deep. Our F1 and F2 were hard on the puck. And that's what we want to do. We want to play downhill. We want to play fast, quick in transition. And they exemplified that in the end of the first and second period.
Now, Coach, for better or worse, this program is always going to be compared to what was last year, the farthest you've ever gone with that championship appearance. So 8 games in, are you on schedule? Would you like to see more, or are you right where you want to be?
No, 100%. I think there's obviously still work to do, but I love this group. The freshman class is unbelievable. They show up to the rink every day willing to learn. They work their bags off in practice. They're at film. So I love where we're at right now, with the younger group that we're at. I thought we were going to be a little bit behind this. But, like we tell them every day, we have high standards and high expectations here at UNLV. So the job's not done. We're going to get better. We're going to learn from our wins. We're learn from our losses, but we're also going to learn from our wins. Friday night probably wasn't our best third period to way to close a team out. We just didn't play defensively sound, gave up some chances. And then Saturday, you saw it again. We got into some penalties. Had 4 power plays in the first and second. We knew it was coming. One of our messages in the third period was like, hey, let's stay disciplined, stay after the stuff, stay out of the stuff. And they're going to, they're the home team. They're going to get a power play. And, not 5 minutes in, did we do something that we shouldn't have? And boom, they're on the power play. And we did it again with a couple minutes later. So we got to learn, but we're going to learn from our mistakes. And I think a young group like this is, as a staff, we're extremely happy. They're learning as we go, but they're picking up a lot faster than I honestly thought it was going to be.
Now, Greener, we've talked a lot about your leadership group early on in the season, led by the captain, Matias Dalmonte. I'm curious what you've seen early on in this season from that group during games, during practices, that gives you confidence knowing they're going to pull the fresh faces in the program.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is we're really hurt right now. We're down 6 guys that would be in the lineup, and we witnessed that last Friday night at ASU. Dell's had a bacteria infection, wasn't able to go. The doctor just didn't think it was able to go. So we missed his voice and leadership, and then you could see it Saturday when he got on the bench. He says the right things at the right times. The guys respond well to him. And he leads by example. And you could see by the end of the score on Saturday night, it's a difference. So he's a difference maker back there, and he's a crucial part to that leadership.
Now, as the calendar turns to November, you guys get to stay at home a little bit. What do you expect at City National Arena, starting with the Colorado Buffaloes?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great event. Obviously, you got Halloween there. We're going to wear our Nevada jerseys on Friday night. So we'll have a packed house. But just to be home in front of our crowd means everything to us. We've been on the road the last couple of weeks. I think being home, having this extra day off, playing a Thursday, Friday, and then having an extra day off for the guys where they have Saturday, Sunday off this entire week to get healthy. It's going to be a huge bonus for us where we can just have 4 straight practices at home, have a pregame skate, and then go into a packed house at City National on Friday night.
Now, Coach, before we let you go, I know it's all about building the program, and that starts with the on-ice product, but it's also getting out in the community. You had some pups in practice for a good cause. Talk about that situation and how this group is really taking that forward.
Yeah, anytime you can help the community, we're always going to do it. Without the community and the fan base that we have, we aren't a program. So we are reached out to by a shelter that's, got some puppies that are looking for new homes. And hockey players love puppies, especially all my players. So they'd set it up. They came to practice. It was a little surprise. The guys didn't know they were coming. We told them we had film. So they're all just waiting around for film, and, and then comes 5 puppies. So anytime you can, take, 15, 20 minutes, play with a puppy, everybody's going to do it. So it was a huge success. We got to play with the puppies in the locker room. Then we took a team picture on the ice, and the guys loved it. So I know there's a few of them talking about trying to adopt one of them. I don't know how that's going to go well at the U, but we'll play that one by ear.
That is Skating Rebels head coach Anthony Vinieri. Greener, coach, thanks so much. We'll chat down the line. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, sir.
And for our continuing quest, we start over in Montreal, where Riley Smith, new team, new number, same old sniper, picks the pocket of Lane Hudson, grips and rips his second of the season. A 2-point outing for the original Misfit as the Blue Shirts beat Nick Suzuki and the Habs 7-2. Head over to Western New York, where former Knights first-rounder Peyton Krebs opened up his scoring account for the Sabres, showing off the hand-eye coordination, batting this one out of midair. He would also be named 3rd star of the game. And over in Smashville, Jonathan Marchessault breaking ankles and making memories. Here he is in overtime, shaking free of Damon Severson, putting home his second as a Predator, helping Nashville extend their win streak to 3 games. It is time to wrap up our time here in Tahoe, but before we leave, it is time to clear the ice. And this week we do so by honoring and remembering not only one of the best in the business, but one of the best humans you could ever meet. Local sports photographer, videographer, podcaster Matt Kelly passed away after a 15-month battle with colon cancer. We brought you Matt's story here on Hockey in the Desert in February. He started out his career in TV in front of the camera, but as he made his way out to Las Vegas, he made his living behind it, covering just about every major sporting event in town and across the country, from the Super Bowl, Raiders, Aces, and too many hockey games here to count. Matt left a giant impact on everyone who was lucky enough to cross his path. Even in his final days, he made sure to ask how my family was doing while he was fighting for his. We love you, Matt, and we will see you again.